Today, we're exploring the Great King's Wine, an idea about finding beauty in our hardest times.
So, let's start with a question you've probably asked. Why does our biggest growth seem to come from pain? We rarely grow when things are easy. The deepest spiritual growth often comes from the toughest ground.
And this isn't some new idea. It's a sobering truth from Scripture. So let's look at an example. The Apostle Paul saw it as a trade-off, suffering loss in order to gain something infinitely better. It really boils down to that old saying, but applied to our spiritual lives, no pain, no gain.
And you can see this idea most clearly in the life of Jesus himself.
Now check this out. It says Jesus learned obedience through suffering. That raises a pretty big question.
Right? How could he learn obedience if he never sinned to begin with? It seems like a contradiction.
See, it wasn't about fixing a mistake. It was about experiencing obedience on a much, much deeper level.
Okay, so a couple of thinkers came up with some really powerful metaphors to help explain this.
First, Samuel Rutherford said that in the cellars of affliction, that's where the king keeps his best wine.
And Charles Spurgeon had a similar idea. You have to dive deep into affliction to find the rarest pearls.
Now, this might all sound a bit abstract, but I bet you've seen a version of this in your own life.
Just think about it for a second. When does your love for someone you care about feel the absolute strongest? It's kind of a weird human thing, right? The thought of losing someone can actually make our love feel deeper.
In those moments, love becomes something else, like a deep, slow river of incredible joy.
Which leaves us with this incredible challenge, to count it all joy when we face trials. What if we actually did that?